Fun English for Little Learners. Introduction. Picture a small child, eyes wide and full of wonder. They laugh as they run after a butterfly or stack blocks high to make a tall tower. This is what childhood is like, full of questions, imagination, and a big ability to learn. Kids are like explorers. They touch, taste, see, and hear everything around them. They learn best when they are happy and busy. Learning should feel like a fun adventure. In our world that is more connected than ever, teaching your child a second language, like English, can open many good doors for them. Many parents and teachers want to give their children this great gift. But sometimes, thinking about teaching a new language can feel a bit much. You might wonder, will my child like it? Or is it too hard for them right now? What if we told you that the best way to teach English to your young learners is already happening every day? It happens through the magic of playing. This book is based on one simple but strong idea: learning English through play. This means we use the natural fun and energy of children's play to introduce them to English. Think of it like this. Play is a child's natural way of talking and understanding the world. When we add English to their playtime, it feels just as natural and exciting as the games they already love. Learning doesn't have to be hard work. It can be a happy surprise. So, why is play such a fantastic tool for learning English? When kids play, they are fully focused. They are curious, they want to do it, and they are completely into what they are doing. This makes them very ready to learn new words and sentences without even knowing they are learning. Games and songs give young children perfect chances to hear and use new English words many times. And they do it in a fun way that feels like pure happiness, not like practice. And when language is part of a game or a story, it always makes sense. It's not just a word by itself, it's linked to an action, a feeling, or an adventure. This makes it much easier for them to remember and use. Play also makes a safe and happy space. Children feel free to try new sounds and words. They can make mistakes and learn from them, all without feeling pressured. Inside these pages, you will find many fun, useful, and easy activities. These are made to help your young learners love English. We will show you how to make everyday moments into exciting chances to learn. We will also help you feel more confident as you guide them on their English journey. We will look at games that get children moving and thinking in English. We will find catchy songs that make learning new words as easy as singing along. We will also explore fun stories that take children to new places, all while they learn English without trying. Our goal is to be your helpful friend, giving you support and ideas all the way. So, get ready to laugh, sing, play, and see your child grow as they discover the amazing world of English. One happy game at a time. Let the fun start. 1. Why learn English early? Think of a small seed. When you put it in warm, soft dirt, give it enough water and sun, it can grow into a big, pretty plant. A child's brain is like that seed, especially when they are very little. This special time, when their minds are ready to learn so much, is often called a brain window. And for learning languages like English, this window is wide open. Picture a small baby. They hear sounds all day. They hear mom and dad talk, music, birds outside. Their brain takes it all in like a super recorder. When they hear new words, they don't think, "This is hard." They just hear them. They try to copy the sounds, and soon they say their first words. This is how they learn their first language. It's just as easy for them to learn English, or any language, if they hear it and have fun with it. Young children are great at copying. They copy how people laugh, walk, and talk. They don't worry about making mistakes. If they say a word a bit wrong, it's okay. They keep trying. Older kids and grown-ups might feel shy or worry they won't say it perfectly. For little ones, learning English is like learning a new song. It's about trying, liking the sounds, and joining in. Their brains are like smooth surfaces, and new language ideas stick to them very easily. Starting English early is like building a super strong base for a house. If the base is good and strong, the whole house will be strong and safe. Learning English when a child is young means they get a really good start. They learn how English sounds, how words go together, and how to understand people. This makes it easier for them to learn more English later, even at school. It's like giving them a special head start, a little push that makes all future learning easier and more fun. They get used to the flow of English, how sentences sound, and how words feel in their mouths. This early experience helps them feel okay with the language, so it doesn't seem strange or hard later. Think about all the amazing things our brains do. They help us remember toys, build block towers, and understand how others feel. Learning a new language is like giving your brain a great workout. When children hear English, their brains work hard to understand new sounds, meanings, and ways to put ideas together. This helps them solve puzzles, remember things, and do more than one thing at once. It's like giving their thinking muscles more power. This isn't just about words. It's about making their brains more flexible and able to think in different ways. It's a wonderful way to help them become smarter and better at everything. Today, English is spoken by so many people everywhere. It's like a special key that opens many doors. Knowing English can help children talk to people from other countries, read interesting books, watch fun movies, and find good jobs when they grow up. Starting English when they are little gives them a big advantage. They will be more comfortable and sure of themselves with the language as they get older, leading to more chances to learn, explore, and connect with others. It's like giving them a superpower that will help them their whole life, making their world bigger and full of more possibilities. And the best part? When we teach English to little ones with games, songs, and stories, it doesn't feel like learning. It feels like playing. A child who is playing is happy, curious, and excited. They want to explore and discover. When English is part of this play, they learn words and phrases without even knowing it. It becomes a natural, happy part of their day, like playing with blocks or drawing. This makes them feel good about learning and encourages them to keep exploring and trying new things. It's the most natural and happy way for them to learn English. Now, you might think, my child is so young and I don't speak much English myself. Can I help them? The wonderful thing about learning through play is that it's made for this. You don't need to be an English expert. You just need to be willing to play and have fun with your child. When you sing a simple English song together, even if you only know a few words, your child hears the music and the sounds. When you look at a picture book and point to a dog and say the English word, you are both exploring. Your excitement and your willingness to try are what matter most. Your child will feel your joy and support, and that's the most powerful tool. The focus is on creating a good and fun experience, where you and your child discover English together, making it a shared adventure, not a lesson. This way builds confidence in your child's language skills and in your own ability to help them, no matter how much English you know. Think of little Lily. Lily's mom, Sarah, wanted Lily to learn English. Sarah bought many cards with animal pictures. She would show them and say cat, but Lily would look away, sometimes even cry. The cards felt like a test, and Lily didn't like tests. Sarah felt sad and worried. Was she not doing enough? Was Lily not smart enough? One rainy afternoon, Sarah remembered how much Lily loved her stuffed animals. She decided to try something new. She picked up a soft teddy bear and said, "Hello, Teddy," in English. Then she said, "Teddy, what is this?" and pointed to a picture of an apple. She said apple. Lily's eyes lit up. She reached for the apple picture and, with a big smile, said, "Apple." Sarah's heart felt happy. It wasn't perfect, but it was English and Lily was happy. From that day on, Sarah and Lily played English time every day. They didn't use cards anymore. Instead, they sang silly English songs with actions like "if you're happy and you know it." They pretended to be animals saying moo for a cow and woof for a dog. They read English storybooks, pointing at pictures and making funny voices for the characters. Sarah would say, "Look, a red ball." And Lily would giggle and try to say "red ball." Sarah learned that when learning felt like playing, Lily's brain just opened up. Lily wasn't just learning words. She was learning to love English. She started asking for her English books and would sometimes try to say sentences she remembered from songs. Sarah saw that Lily's confidence grew too. She was happy to try new things and wasn't afraid to make a mistake because it was all part of the fun. Sarah realized that the best way to teach English wasn't about practice drills or tests, but about making happy memories and sharing joyful moments. This showed Sarah that play wasn't just a way to make learning easy, it was the best way. This journey with Lily helped Sarah understand that young children's brains are made for language. They take in sounds and patterns naturally, like how they learn to walk or recognize their family's faces. Their brains are very flexible and built to learn new things by exploring and interacting. When English is introduced in a fun, easy way, children don't feel worried or shy, which can make language learning hard for older people. Instead, they use their natural curiosity and desire to communicate. This early experience helps them develop good listening skills and a natural understanding of English sounds, rhythm, and how the voice goes up and down, setting a strong base for speaking well later. The base built in these early years is truly amazing. It's not just about remembering words. It's about feeling very comfortable and familiar with the language. Just like a strong base holds up a tall building, this early language base makes all future learning easier and stronger. Children who have had regular, happy experiences with English from a young age often find it easier to understand grammar rules, learn more words, and say things in more complex ways as they grow. They have already learned the basic sounds and structures, so they can focus on understanding and speaking more, rather than struggling with the very basics of the language. This early advantage can greatly help them succeed in school and feel more confident using English. Beyond language skills, the benefits for thinking are huge. Learning a new language is like giving the brain a mental workout. It makes problem solving better because children are always trying to understand and be understood. Their memory gets better as they store new words and phrases. The act of switching between languages, even a little, makes them better at doing many things at once and focusing. This mental quickness learned from early language learning can help them in other parts of their lives, making them better learners and thinkers. It's a complete boost to their brain development, getting them ready for many different thinking challenges. The world is getting smaller, and English is often the way people from different cultures connect. By giving children the gift of English early on, we are opening up a world of chances for them. They can make friends with more people, find lots of information online, and get jobs that might not be possible otherwise. This isn't about putting pressure on children. It's about giving them a useful tool that will help them their whole lives. It's about giving them the chance to explore, talk, and succeed in a world that is more connected. Finally, the most beautiful thing about introducing English early through play is that it feels completely natural to a child. Play is how children learn, explore, and understand the world. When English is part of their games, songs, and stories, it becomes a happy part of their childhood. They connect English with happiness, fun, and being with others, not with homework or tests. This good feeling is key to making them love learning and truly enjoy the English language. It makes their journey with English a fun adventure, not a chore. Just as a child happily reaches for a new toy, their young minds are naturally made to explore and take in the world. Understanding why this early time is so special helps us know how to best use this amazing potential. Now that we know the big benefits of learning English early, let's look at the best and most joyful way to do it: the magic of play. 2. Making learning fun. Have you ever watched a child play? Their eyes shine, their bodies move with happiness, and they seem to know everything about the world just by having fun. This is where real learning happens, especially for a new language like English. For young children, making learning English feel like play is the very best way to help them understand and love it. Think about it. When a child has to sit still and learn words, or say things over and over without understanding, what happens? They might feel sad. Their eyes might look tired. They might feel worried or bored. This feeling of being forced can make it harder for their brains to learn new things. Learning can feel like a job they must do, not something fun they get to do. This is not what we want. We want them to feel happy and curious, wanting to explore. When children feel happy and relaxed, their minds are like sponges, ready to soak up new things, like English words and sounds. Fun learning helps chase away worries and opens their minds, making them very ready to learn. Now let's talk about play. Play is a child's natural superpower. It's how they explore their world, learn how things work, and pretend to be anyone they want. When we bring English into their play, it feels natural. Instead of saying, "Now we learn English," we can say, "Let's play a game," or "Let's sing a song." Suddenly, learning English is not a hard task. It's just part of the fun they are already having. They might build a tall tower with blocks and say tall, bigger, and up. Or they might pretend to be animals, making sounds and learning words like dog, cat, and roar. This way, English becomes a tool for their play, a way to express themselves and have more fun. It feels like doing, not like working. This is the main idea of learning English through play. Letting children learn by doing what they do best, playing. Making these happy moments with English is like planting little seeds of joy. Every time a child laughs while singing an English song, or smiles proudly after asking for a toy in English during a game, they are building a good feeling about the language. This is not just about learning words. It's about building a warm feeling towards English. This first good experience is very important. It helps them feel sure of themselves and excited to keep learning. It's like giving them a small box of happy memories with English. These memories will be a strong help for their learning, making them want to speak, listen, and read in English as they grow. They will not see English as something scary or hard, but as a friend, a source of fun and connection. When children are busy playing games, singing songs, or listening to stories in English, they are actually learning the language without even knowing it. They hear English words spoken in real, exciting moments. They practice saying words and sentences to get what they want or to join in the fun. It's like being in a warm bath of English sounds and words. They are surrounded by the language, and their brains naturally learn it because it's part of something they enjoy. They are not just memorizing lists of words. They are using English to talk, to share their ideas, and to be part of what's happening. This natural learning through play is very good because it's like how children learn their first language, by always interacting in a fun way. Let me tell you about Lily. Lily was a smart little girl, full of energy and curiosity. But when her parents tried to teach her English by showing her pictures and making her repeat words, she got upset. Her forehead would wrinkle. She would say, "I don't want to." Her parents felt a little sad because they really wanted her to learn English. They noticed that when Lily played with her dolls, she would make up whole worlds and stories. So they decided to try something new. One sunny afternoon, they brought out a box of animal toys. "Let's play with the animals," her dad said with a big smile. As they played, he started adding English words naturally. "Look, Lily, a fluffy dog," he said, picking up a soft toy dog. "The dog says woof woof." Lily giggled. Then her dad pointed to a toy cat. "And here is a soft cat," he said. "The cat says meow." Lily picked up the cat and made it meow back. Soon, they were playing a game where they had to find the right animal when her dad called out its English name. "Where's the bear?" Lily looked around, her eyes scanning the toys, and then pointed excitedly, "Bear." Her face lit up with understanding and a little thrill of winning. Later, they used colorful scarves to pretend they were flying. Her mom sang a simple song in English. "We can fly, fly, fly. Up so high, high, high." Lily joined in, her voice a little shy at first, then getting louder and more sure as she moved with the scarf. The words fly and high became linked to the wonderful feeling of soaring through the air. They did not sit down for a lesson. They played, they sang, and the English words just flowed naturally into their fun. Lily's upset feelings went away, replaced by pure happiness. She was so busy with the game, so happy with the time they spent together, that the English words became a natural part of her play. She was not just hearing English, she was living it in a way that felt exciting and good. This is the power of making learning fun. So, how can we know if learning is really fun for a child and not just looks like it? The signs are clear and they come from the child. Look for that sparkle in their eyes. Are they leaning forward, wanting to see what happens next? Is their body language happy, perhaps with wiggling toes or a leg that bounces? Are they smiling, giggling, or even laughing out loud? When a child is truly having fun, they are fully there. They might ask questions, not because they are confused or worried, but because they are curious. They might try to use the new English words they have learned, not because they are being tested, but because they want to be part of the game or share an idea. You might see them repeat a line from a song with excitement or try to name something in English without being asked. This is the sound of real interest, the sound of learning that feels like play. On the other hand, if a child looks uninterested, looking away, sighing, moving around restlessly, or giving short answers without feeling, it might be a sign that the activity is not quite fun for them. It doesn't mean they can't learn, but maybe the way we are teaching needs a small change. Maybe the game is too hard, the song is too fast, or the story is not interesting to them. The important thing is to watch and listen to your child's signals. True fun in learning comes from curiosity and joy, not from being forced or feeling like you have to. It's about creating a safe space where they can explore, make mistakes, and discover the wonder of English in a way that matches their playful spirit. The beauty of learning English through play is that it directly helps with the main challenges of teaching a new language to very young children. Unlike just repeating and memorizing, which can be boring and uninteresting, play uses a child's natural desire to learn. When learning is part of play, the pressure to do well is gone. Instead, the focus is on the activity itself. This lets children learn language more naturally and effectively. They are not just memorizing words, they are learning them in real situations, understanding their meaning through actions and talking. This makes the learning stay with them and be more important. Old ways of teaching often use repeating and drills, which can work for some learners but can also make them lose interest and feel disconnected from the language. Learning through play however, creates a strong, natural desire to learn. Children want to join in because it's fun. They are actively learning, not just being told things. This active joining in is very important for building strong language skills, as it encourages them to try out sounds, words, and sentences, to take chances, and to find their own way of speaking English. It's about making the journey of learning English an exciting adventure rather than a series of difficult steps. Once we understand how important fun is in helping a child learn English, the next step is to look at the special, exciting ways we can create these happy learning times. Let's look at the best methods, the magic of games, the beat of songs, and the journey of stories. 3. Games for learning. A child's happy face is like a bright light. That happy feeling, that excitement, is like a special magic for helping kids learn English. And guess what? Games are like magic spells for that happy feeling. They make learning feel like fun, not like work. This is the main idea of learning English through play, making learning feel like playing, so kids learn new words and ideas without even knowing they are learning. Think about it. When kids play, they are really focused. They don't think, I have to remember this word. They think, this is so fun. This is when real learning happens. Games are more than just fun things to do. They are strong tools that help young minds learn English in a way that stays with them. One big reason games work so well is that they make learning something you do. When we just tell a child a word, like blue, they might listen. But when they play a game where they have to find something blue or color a picture blue, they are doing something with the word. They are touching it, seeing it, and using it. This makes the word feel real. It's like the difference between watching someone eat a yummy cookie and actually eating the cookie yourself. Doing it yourself is always easier to remember. For example, let's say we want a child to learn the word jump. We could say, jump means to push off the ground with your legs. That's many words, and it might be a little confusing. But if we play Simon Says, and I say Simon Says, jump, and we all jump, the child learns what jump means by doing it. They feel the movement, they see others doing it, and they connect the word with the fun. Saying the command again and again in Simon Says, clap your hands, Simon Says, touch your nose, Simon Says, jump, happens naturally in the game. Each time they hear a command and do the action, they are practicing English without feeling like they are being tested. Games are also great for giving words and phrases meaning in a situation. Learning a word by itself is like trying to understand one piece of a puzzle without seeing the whole picture. Games help build that picture. Imagine learning the word under. We could explain it, but it's much easier if we play hide and seek with a toy. Where is Teddy? And when we find Teddy hidden under a blanket, we say, Teddy is under the blanket. The child sees the toy, the blanket, and the action, all connected with the word under. This makes the meaning clear and easy to remember. This kind of learning from a situation is what learning English through play is all about. It's about putting language into fun activities. Another wonderful thing about games is that they help children feel more sure of themselves. When children are learning something new, especially a language, they can sometimes feel a little shy or worried about making mistakes. Games create a safe space for them to try. If a child says a word wrong in a game, it's often met with a giggle or a gentle correction, not with being upset. This makes them feel brave enough to try again, to try new sounds and words. This is especially true for games where they have to match or sort things. Take a game where we have pictures of animals and we say the animal names. If a child points to the dog picture and says goji instead of dog, we can smile and say, yes. The doggy. Good job. The focus is on trying hard and having fun in a game, not on saying the word perfectly. This gentle help makes children feel like they are succeeding and want to keep playing and learning. They learn that it's okay to make small mistakes because the goal is to have fun and learn together. Games also have a special way of working for different ways of learning. Not all children learn the same way. Some learn best by seeing, others learn best by hearing, and many learn best by moving their bodies. A good game can include all of these. Think about a simple card game where children have to match picture cards with word cards. This helps those who learn by seeing. If the grown-up says the word out loud as the child points to the card, it helps those who learn by hearing. And if the game involves standing up and acting out the word on the card, it's perfect for those who learn by moving. Games can be very flexible. For example, a game of charades where children act out words without speaking is great for those who learn by moving and seeing. They have to watch, understand, and then show with their bodies. This active involvement makes the language stick much better than just hearing it. Also, games are excellent for talking and playing with others. Many games are played with other people, like a parent, a brother or sister, or other children. This is where language truly comes alive. Children learn to listen to others, to take turns, and to use English to say what they need, what they think, and how they feel. Consider a game like Pass the Parcel. As the music plays and the parcel goes around, we can add English instructions. Pass it to your friend. Hold it tight. When the music stops, the child who has the parcel might have to say, "Thank you," or answer a simple question like, "What color is your shirt?" This simple game, full of fun waiting, gives children a natural way to practice listening and speaking in English. They are talking to achieve something, which is much better than practicing words over and over without a purpose. Now, let's look closer at how games help with those harder parts of learning English, like ideas that are not physical. Words like verbs, actions, and prepositions where things are can be hard for young children to understand because you can't always see or touch them directly. How do you explain under or over or happy just with words? This is where games are amazing. For verbs, games that involve moving are wonderful. We already talked about Simon Says for jump. We can also play Follow the Leader, where the leader does actions like run, walk, skip, wave, and the children have to copy. Each action is a verb, and the game makes it a fun, physical experience. The child isn't just hearing run, they are running. This direct link between the word and the action makes the verb impossible to forget. Prepositions, those small words that tell us where something is, can also be tricky. But games can make them clear. We can play a game called Where's the Toy? We can hide a small toy and give clues using prepositions. Is it on the chair? Child looks on the chair. Is it under the table? Child looks under the table. Is it behind the curtain? Child looks behind the curtain. As we play, we are constantly using and repeating these important small words. The child learns on, under, behind, in front of, and next to through the exciting hunt for the toy. This makes these abstract ideas clear and easy to understand. So, what makes a game a good learning game for this age group? There are a few key things. First, it needs to be simple. Young children have short attention spans, and difficult rules can quickly make them frustrated. The game should be easy to understand and quick to start. Second, it should be repeated but in a fun way. As we've seen, repeating is key for learning language. Good learning games naturally include chances to hear and use words and phrases many times without feeling boring. Think about a game of I Spy. I spy with my little eye something blue. The child has to look, find something blue, and say blue. Then you might say, yes, the blue car, or the blue flower. The word blue is said again in different situations, making its meaning stronger. Third, a good learning game should be interactive. It needs the child to be actively involved, not just watching or listening. This means games where they have to move, speak, point, or handle objects are usually the most effective. Finally, the best learning games are adjustable. As the child learns more, you can make the game a little harder. For example, in I spy, you can start using more descriptive words like I spy something small and red. Or in Simon Says, you can use more complex commands. This keeps the game new and continues to challenge the child's growing English skills. How can parents and teachers find or make these games? Look for chances in everyday activities. Many simple toys can become learning games. A set of building blocks can be used to learn colors and numbers. A toy kitchen can be a place to practice food names and simple commands like "Can I have an apple, please?" You can also create games with simple things you already have. Cut out pictures from old magazines and make matching games. Write simple words on pieces of paper and play a find the word game. The most important thing is to keep it light, fun, and focused on the joy of playing together. Remember our little friend, Leo? He was having a hard time with animal sounds. He knew the words dog and cat, but when asked what does a cow say, he would just shrug. So we decided to play a game. I drew simple pictures of a few farm animals on large pieces of paper: a cow, a sheep, and a pig. I also drew a sun, a tree, and a fence. We called it Farm Sounds Bingo. I had small tokens, like buttons. I'd say, "Find the cow." Leo would find the cow picture and place a button on it. Then I'd ask, "What sound does the cow make?" Leo would think hard. At first he'd say moo, but a little unsurely. I'd clap and say, "Yes, the cow says a moo, 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 moo." We do this for the sheep baa, and the pig oink. Then we'd make it a bit more of a game. I'd say, "I hear something that goes moo," and Leo would have to find the cow picture. It was so much fun, and after just a few rounds, Leo was confidently saying the animal sounds. He wasn't just repeating words, he was connecting the animal, its sound, and the fun of the game. This is exactly what learning English through play is for, making learning language a natural and happy part of a child's world. Games are powerful because they use a child's natural desire to explore, to try new things, and to have fun. They provide a place with little pressure where making mistakes is part of the process, not a sign of failure. This freedom to try and to learn by doing is what builds strong, confident language learners. By using the power of playful interaction, we can awaken a child's natural curiosity and make learning language easy. Just as games bring excitement and engagement to playtime, so too do songs and rhymes fill English learning with rhythm, music, and things that are easy to remember. 4. Songs and stories. Hello there, parents and teachers. I am Professor Playful, and I am very excited to talk about 2 wonderful ways to help children learn English. Songs and stories. Think of them as special doors that open up new worlds of words and sounds for young learners. You know how when a catchy song plays, your child starts to move and sing along, even if they don't know all the words? Or how they get lost in a story, their eyes wide as the characters have adventures. That's the magic we're talking about. This is not just about making learning fun in a light way. It's about using how children naturally learn best. Remember our main idea. Learning English through play means making learning feel like playing. And what is more like playing than singing or hearing a bedtime story? Let's look closely at why these 2 things are so important. Songs. The beat of learning language. Imagine a baby hearing their mother sing a gentle song. The soft beat, the sweet tune, the sounds that are said again and again. It is very comforting and, in a surprising way, a strong way to learn. Songs are like a secret code for young minds, helping language stick in a way that feels easy. Think about the basic parts of language: sounds, words, and how we put them together. Songs are great at helping with all of these. The beat in a song gives language a rhythm, a pulse that makes it easier for children to follow. And remember, when words have a beat, they are not just random sounds, but like little musical notes. This makes it easier for young ears to hear them clearly and for young mouths to try and say them. For example, a song with a simple, repeating chorus like head, shoulders, knees, and toes does more than teach body parts. It teaches the sounds of head, shoulders, knees, and toes many times with a clear beat. The child hears these words many times, sung the same way, making them familiar and easier to recall. Then there is repetition. Children learn by hearing things many times. Songs are experts at repetition. A good children's song will say key phrases or words many times. This constant, gentle hearing is exactly what young brains need to take in new words. It's like planting seeds in a garden. The more you water them by repeating, the stronger they grow. Take a song like Old MacDonald Had a Farm. Each part introduces a new animal and its sound, but the song's structure: Old MacDonald had a farm, E-E-E-O. And on his farm he had an animal, E-E-E-O. With the animal sound here and the animal sound there is the same each time. This expected pattern lets children focus on the new words, the animal names, and the new sounds, while feeling safe with the familiar structure. They learn not just the words cow or duck, but also how to form a simple sentence: Old MacDonald had a, and connect the animal with its sound in a fun, interesting way. And let's not forget the tune. Music uses a different part of our brain, and when language is set to music, it is easier to remember and more enjoyable. It's like wrapping a learning gift in beautiful, bright paper. The tune can also help children with saying words correctly. When they sing along, they naturally copy the sounds and the flow of the English words. They might not know why they say apple in a certain way, but by singing an apple a day keeps the doctor away, they practice the right vowel sounds and the way the word flows. This is much more natural and less scary than practicing words one by one. So, how do the special parts of songs, rhyme, beat, and repeating, directly help a child learn English? Words and sentences compared to other ways? Well, other ways might use picture cards or practicing words over and over. While those can be useful, songs make it feel like a game. The rhyme in songs creates pleasing sound patterns that make words stick. When words rhyme, like cat and hat, children notice the similar sounds, which helps them understand sounds in words, a very important skill for reading later on. The beat gives a predictable pattern that helps children guess words and phrases, making them active listeners, not just people who hear. And repetition, as we've said, is excellent for memory. It's a gentle, repeated exposure that builds familiarity and confidence. For grammar, songs often use simple, common sentence patterns many times. By singing "This is the way we wash our hands," wash our hands, wash our hands, children learn the present continuous tense is the way we in a situation they understand and enjoy. It's learning grammar without even knowing it's grammar. It's all part of that playful, natural learning that learning English through play supports. It's learning by doing, by feeling the music and the words together. Stories, opening imagination and understanding. Now, let's focus on the magic of stories. Oh, the places we can go with a good book. Stories are not just for fun, they are powerful ways to learn language because they give meaning to words. This is a very important word in learning. Meaning is like the background setting for a play. It helps us understand what is happening. When we read a story, we are not just showing a list of words. We are showing those words being used in a situation that makes sense. Let's go back to the farm example. If we just showed a child a picture of a cow and said cow, they might learn the word. But if we read a story about Farmer Giles and his happy cow, Daisy, who loves to eat green grass in the field, the word cow suddenly has a whole life. We learn that cows say moo, that they eat grass, and that they live on a farm. This is much richer than just the word itself. The story gives the meaning and how to use the word. Stories are great for introducing new words. Imagine a book about a trip to the park. We can introduce words like swing, slide, tree, bench, children, and play. Each word is used in a sentence that shows its meaning. The children love to go on the swing. We can see the picture of the swing, we see the children playing on it. The word becomes real. This is much better than just saying swing. It's a thing you sit on and move back and forth. The story makes it clear. Besides individual words, stories help children understand grammar in a natural way. They hear sentences put together correctly with subjects, actions, and objects, all flowing together. They hear questions being asked and answered. They learn about things that happened in the past yesterday. The little bear went to the woods, and things that might happen in the future tomorrow. He will bring his friends. They absorb these sentence structures because they are part of a story they want to follow. They are not told this is the past tense. They hear a story unfold. Let's think about an example. Imagine a story about a little rabbit named Pip who loses his favorite red ball. As the story goes on, Pip looks for his ball. He might ask his mother, "Have you seen my red ball?" His mother might say, "No, Pip, I haven't seen your red ball." Then Pip might look under the big oak tree and say, "Oh, here is my red ball." In this short exchange, children hear the question form, "Have you seen?" The negative form, "I haven't seen," the word showing ownership. My red ball, your red ball. Words showing where something is. Under the big oak tree. The word lost and then found. All of this happens within an interesting story where Pip is sad when he loses the ball and happy when he finds it. This feeling connection makes the language even more powerful. So, besides just teaching words, how do stories help children understand the meaning and how to use English in a real-world or make-believe situation? And how does this help them learn more deeply? Stories provide a rich picture of meaning. They show why we use certain words and phrases. When a character is feeling sad, we see their unhappy face and hear their quiet voice. When they are excited, they jump up and down. This feeling and visual context helps children grasp the small differences in language. They learn that sad is not just a word, but a feeling that can be shown. They learn that quickly means moving fast, perhaps shown by a character running very fast. This understanding of context is the base for true language learning, going beyond just remembering to truly understanding. It allows children to connect the abstract symbols of language to real experiences, even if those experiences are in their imagination. This is the heart of learning English through play, making the language meaningful and important through interesting experiences. The power of being involved and feeling things. Now, let's join these two powerful tools, songs and stories, with something that makes learning truly grow, being involved in feelings. Young children learn best when they are happy, curious, and actively participating. When they are just told to sit still and listen, they can't pay attention for long, and their brains are less open to new information. But when they are singing with all their might, or leaning in to hear what happens next in a story, something wonderful happens inside them. When children are involved, their brains are active. They are paying attention, their senses are sharp, and they are actively taking in information. Songs and stories naturally get children involved because they are lively and interactive. Children can sing along, act out parts of a story, guess what might happen next, or feel for a character. This active participation means they are not just hearing English, they are doing English. And then there are feelings. Children remember things they feel strongly about. A funny song that makes them laugh, a story with a brave hero they look up to, or a character they feel sorry for. These emotional connections create stronger memories. When a child is excited about a story character, they want to understand what that character is saying or doing. This desire is a strong reason for learning. Think about a child who is very excited about a book with a roaring dinosaur. They will pay extra attention to the word dinosaur and the sounds it makes, simply because they are so interested in the story. This emotional interest makes the learning stick. This emotional connection is a main part of learning English through play. We are not trying to force learning. We are creating a place where children want to learn because it feels good. When a child is having fun, their brain releases chemicals that help them learn and remember better. So, that happy feeling they get from singing a silly song or hearing a happy ending to a story is not just an extra. It is a very important part of the learning process itself, building blocks for reading and writing. Finally, let's think about how songs and stories are like the base of a house, preparing children for even more advanced learning later on, especially reading and writing. When you regularly give young children English through songs and stories, you are giving them very useful tools for when they start to read and write. Think about listening and understanding. When you read a story aloud, children practice listening carefully to understand a series of events, follow instructions in the story, and learn new words. This skill is absolutely necessary for success in school. In the same way, singing songs with words helps them train their ears to the sounds and rhythms of English. When you read a book aloud, especially if you point to the words as you read, children begin to understand the link between the spoken word and the written word. They see that those curly lines on the page actually represent the sounds and meanings they are hearing. This is the very start of understanding that reading is about figuring out symbols. Hearing a phrase many times in a song or story helps children recognize it when they see it in. Conclusion: we have reached the end of our fun trip together. It was nice to share these ideas with you. I hope you feel happy about what comes next. Remember, the best way to help kids learn English is to make it fun. We saw many ways to do this. We learned that games can be like finding English treasures. We saw how songs make new words sound nice in our ears. And stories can take us to fun places, all while learning English. These fun things are part of something special called learning English through play. It's not just a rule, it's a way to think about learning. It says that when kids play, they learn the best. You have done great things to bring this fun into your child's life. This is something to be happy about. Why does this way of learning work so well? Think about how babies learn their first words. They learn by playing, by looking around, by being curious, and by having fun with people they love. Learning English through play uses this natural curiosity. It's like giving their minds a gentle, happy push to learn new English words and ideas. When learning feels like playing, kids want to join in more. They don't feel forced. They feel excited. This makes English feel friendly and nice, not scary. Every time they laugh at a funny song or shout when they win a game, they feel stronger. They learn that English is a way to connect with others, to feel joy, and to find new things. This good feeling about English stays with them. It makes learning more English later feel easier and more natural. It's like planting tiny seeds of language that will grow into big, strong trees of talking. Now, as you keep going, remember you don't have to be a perfect English speaker or a teacher. Your excitement, Your wanting to play and your loving help are the most important tools. Look for small times during the day to add a little English. Maybe you can ask, "Can you find the red car?" when you play, or sing a quick ABC song when you put toys away. Even short, happy bits of English make a big difference. The main thing is to do it often, but without any pressure. It's about making a happy and curious place. And please, don't worry about mistakes, yours or your child's. They are just part of learning. A gentle fix or saying it again in a different way is a chance to learn together. Watch what your child likes the most. If they love a certain game, play it again and again. If a song makes them want to dance, sing it loud. Be happy for every small win, every new word they understand, every sentence they try to say. Learning English is like opening a door to a bigger, more exciting world. It's a gift that can bring new friends, amazing stories, and great chances. Think of this book as the start of a beautiful adventure. There are many more songs to sing, games to make up, and stories to share. The more you play and explore together, the more sure and able your little learner will become. Keep playing, keep singing, keep sharing stories. The best lessons are always learned with a smile. You are giving your child a very special gift. It will bring them happiness and success for many years. Have fun learning.